Like, I might love you, but if the sex is terrible, I'm not going to want to touch you. Like, at all. I'm not. I mean, like, I may want to be, like, intimate, but never sexual. Like, we can always keep it public. Like, I'll never want to have any.
What does that mean?
Like, I won't want to have sex.
You say intimate, but not.
Intimate, but not. Intimate, but not, like, sexually intimate. Like, I don't want to be sexually active with you, if that makes sense. Especially if I know if I'm not going to be satisfied.
You mean if it's trash? Like, you're in a relationship,
like if
it's trash.
I know I'm not going to be satisfied and he's the only one getting his and I'm not getting mine. Absolutely.
But do you think that you think that way because you've experienced sex already with other men, so therefore you know what's good and what's bad? Because if it was your first, you really don't know what's good and what's bad. Like all the ladies that had a first, you really don't. It's the first time you ever had penis. You really can't put a good or bad on. Even if he was quick, it's kind of like, well, it's the first time it was quick, right? You can't say it was bad because you have nothing to compare it to. Right? You can only compare it to what other girls say, or if you're watching, pornography, adult entertainment.
I don't want to say it's that because I feel like you can have like an infinite amount of experience. I feel like it's all about a mental connection too. Like, yeah, someone can, do it good, but if your head's not in it, it's just like, okay, you're jabbing me. Like, okay, cool. You know what I mean?
True. The emotional connection does play a huge part.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with you though, back around. So if it's sex first, then a relationship after, you already given up your sex key. Now it's time for you to get on the man's program and try to get that relationship key from the man. What are you going to do to get that relationship from the man if you give up sex first?
I think it's pointless. I think at that point, it's totally up to him. I mean, hopefully he is emotionally mature enough to still look at you as a human being with your own thoughts and emotions and whatnot.
Well, listen, that's a good answer because you said that it's an honest answer. Because you saying that is pointless, I think that most girls can relate to that. I think that most girls can relate to, well, after I give up sex, like, well, hi, I'm here. If you want to be in a relationship with me, here I am. Women don't really look at the other side of the coin like, well, how did the man get sex? The man had to become attractive, and it takes time for a man to become attractive because, like, we're not born with our sexual value like women are. Men have to become. So working out, going to the gym, making more money, becoming more confident. Becoming confident takes practice with talking to multiple women, getting rejected, understanding what works for you when you're courting the woman, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So the man had to become attractive. He became attractive, and he got sex from you. That was work he put in to get you, to get the sex key. But then for you to get the relationship key, you just don't want to put in any work. Why is that, though? Like, men are willing to put in the work to get your key. Why aren't you willing to put in work to get the man's key, to get that relationship? All right, fellas, mission is critical. I was searching my name online and found tons of information that was way too personal. So I thought to myself, who has the ability to leak this type of information? And I found out there's companies called data brokers that profit out of selling your information to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. You already know I've been through many matrix attacks where people create fake pages of mine by using my data, and the same can happen to you. That's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep them off of these sites. They also do other things like bank fraud, identity theft alerts, and also VPN access. I want you to go ahead and utilize my link below in the description box for a 14-day free trial. At least you'll see if you've been compromised or not. Privacy is key nowadays, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link in the description box at aura.com/nofugazi and get 2 weeks free. That's more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed.
I feel like I don't want to speak on that because I just want to speak about where I'm going, not where I've been.
That is fair.
What's the part that you called work that men did? I need to hear it again. You said men put in the work. How so?
Yeah, men put in work to become attractive to you ladies.
How? You said gym. What did you say?
I said, competence. Like for women to be attracted to a man, it takes a few things. Competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence. And when a man is confident, women tend to be attracted to the man.
I was about to say, it doesn't take much.
We don't
for
tell
a
people
woman.
we're pretty shallow. We just don't make it as broad as men. We don't like broadcast it like men do, like big tits or this. We look for that, and it doesn't always look physical, but we look for discipline. We look for confidence. We look for having it together. We're pretty shallow. It's not that they actually put in work. We just accepted what we saw. So they're not really doing anything. So that's why we demand so much, because we literally gave you just showing up the correct way. Then now that you did that and you got us, we want you to perform, actually.
But that's not...
I see what you're saying. You're saying that a woman doesn't require much. So you're saying that it takes a lot for a man to be attractive.
No, he's saying...
to be attractive to a woman. It doesn't take much. If all a woman got to do is like you could be the bummiest nigga on the planet, and it's still going to be a woman laying next to this bummy ass. But if you show a woman what you are willing to do and she doesn't like you, she just don't like you. All it takes is for a woman to like you. That's it. It don't take much for a man. And sex is not that big of a deal. Sex is a big deal to the people who don't get it a lot, because sex is the bare minimum. You can get sex with anybody you want to, man or woman, let's be honest. It's harder for a man because you got to get sex where you can. A woman can get sex where she wants. But for a man to get sex where he can, after that, it's up to you to pursue this woman if you actually like her. And that's where men differentiate from women, because they know that it's competitive. You know that it's competitive, so you got to compete. So the roles reverse after you give a woman sex, and now it's time for her to prove herself, because she's the one that wants a relationship. But what if she doesn't? Then it just would have been sex. That's it. And that's the bare minimum.
Well, have you ever tried to court a woman as a man?
I'm not a man.
You're not a man. Have you ever tried to date a woman as a man?
I try to date a woman, not as a man.
Yeah. So you ladies don't understand. You are speaking from your own subjective experience, and you're viewing it from the woman's lens. From the man's lens, you don't understand because you're not a man. So from your lens and your life experience, once you ladies was in middle school, that's when you was like, wait, guys are just, why so many eyes on me? Because you started to develop more, and men started to get testosterone around that age, and they're looking at you in these ways of, sexual a little bit more. So you were born with your sexual value, meaning that the opposite sex was just automatically attracted to you sexually.
Because that's natural.
So
we are human.
So look at this, right? I know it's natural, and it's natural, which makes what I'm saying a fact.
I see what you're saying.
It's a fact that women are born with their sexual value, and men, we have to create our sexual value. And you ladies can say, well, no, men are attractive. These guys don't have to have anything, but they can get a girl. Well, statistics just doesn't say that.
How does a man
statistics
create
don't
his
say that's
sexual
true.
value?
I'll explain, but statistically speaking, a third of men between the ages of 18 is either a virgin or haven't had sex in a year. So there's many men out there that are incapable of getting women. Have you ever heard of the term called incels?
No.
Okay, you wouldn't know of that because it doesn't pertain to women. It pertains to men. An incel is a man that's involuntary celibate. Women are not involuntary celibate. There's always some type of... No, there's always some man that a woman... there's always some man that would have sex with any woman. But there's not a woman that would have sex with, any man. You get what I'm saying? With that being said, when we're speaking about your question, how does a man become attractive, right?
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Go ahead. Sure.
There are women out there that cannot get dick, and there are men out there that cannot get vajayjay.
You mean like a woman that's in a coma?
No, a woman that no, because with a femcel and with an incel, and femcels are the same people. They are scared of the opposite sex. It's not that they can't get it, is it that they're scared to. They don't take their opportunities to be bold enough to ask for it. And that's all that they are. They scared to ask for it. That's all femcels and incels are. Because there are women out there that don't get sex because they scared of the opposite sex. They don't know how to get it from other men. They probably try to bully a man into having sex with them. They probably try to, trick a man into having sex with them. But these are just people that just are scared to ask for it.
Okay, so you're saying that incel incel, they can't get it because they're scared.
Yeah, and women too. Women and men who don't get sex, they're scared to ask for it.
The
Because it
difference
really is human
this.
nature. Human nature is boiled down to two things: surviving and procreating. If we
And
survive
since
and
the beginning of
procreating,
time, do you know since the beginning of time, study shows that about 90% of women have procreated since the beginning of time, but only 40% of men have procreated. Now let's get back to
you
what you were
just
saying.
made up those numbers.
No, I didn't make up
You
those
just
numbers.
made up those
you can
numbers
go ahead and
because
Google it right now.
How has more women created? You said procreated. More women have procreated, but there are men here too. So who they procreating with?
The same men.
So
if you
they
look back in
procreated
time,
with multiple baby daddies.
yeah, no, the same man has one man would have multiple baby mothers. Yeah, so if you look back in time, if you just go back in history, all the kings and sultans had harems of women.
That's because
But-
they was doing something to get those women. They was competing. They was doing what they had to do to put their life on the line for their women. They proved themselves to these women. And of course, the woman is going to be attracted to somebody that could provide for them.
Yeah,
If
but
we
let's take it
speaking
a step,
naturally,
right? Let's take it
if
a
we
step back.
speaking
If you're referring to incels and you're saying that, well, the incel is someone that is, the reason why they're an incel is because they're scared they're basically scared of the opposite sex. It doesn't actually work out because women, generally speaking, advertise themselves. They do not approach men. Generally speaking. Now, are there some women that do approach men? Yeah, there are. Normally it's the fat chicks. Normally it's the unattractive women because they don't really get a lot of people that approach them. So they have to be a little bit more confident and out there. And or it's just the women that's older and their sexual value in a marketplace has diminished. So listen, no one's buying their drinks. They got to buy their own drink. They came to the conclusion, like, I got to walk up to this guy as well, right? When you start buying your own drinks, you normally got to approach men. So what I'm saying is, generally speaking, since women are being pursued and men are the pursuers, even if it's a girl that's scared, she doesn't have to pursue. She's always going to get men and have men that will pursue her. Think about it, ladies. Guys holler at you at weird places: Starbucks, Walmart, gas stations, wherever you at.
Those
you'll
are
get
all
cat
regular
calls.
places.
That's what I'm saying. So women are always being catcalled. They're always having the opposite sex give them some type of attraction as if the guy is interested in them. So there's no such thing as an incel woman at all. An incel is involuntary celibate, meaning that, say if the woman wanted to have sex, but the opposite sex rejected her. That's what an incel is. The woman wants to have sex, but the males reject her. If there's a woman that has sex, I don't
Males
care.
reject?
Listen, I don't.
Everybody gets rejected.
Listen,
Women
I
are
don't
just
care.
more scared of rejection than men. That's
I
the
don't
truth.
care if this chick had no arms and no legs and one eye and her nickname was Eye Drop. It's gonna be in there busting it down.
And it's the same for
And the
men.
same happened for
it's
men.
The same for men.
You ever
Wait,
seen a nerd
what?
lose his virginity just because he got
No,
sympathy? pussy?
ladies, y'all speaking.
cat?
These are in movies, ladies.
No, this is
You
real
watch-
life.
no,
this
this
is
is
real life
movies.
because there are
And-
such thing as women who don't get sex because they scared to ask for it from the man.
No.
It's true. That's
have
true.
you ever witnessed that?
Yes.
Yes.
I know. a couple.
Okay, so
There's
you
men
know
that are
you know
friend
a
zoned.
girl, that she doesn't get sex because she's scared to talk to men.
Yeah.
Now,
Even
do
if
men
you went up to a man and be like, "I'm scared," he would be like, "Okay, girl."
Yeah,
Like,
so
he
yeah, like,
wouldn't
think about
care.
it. So
No,
think
but
about
I
this.
don't
Look.
think y'all understand
So no,
that
look.
women are
Let's play
way
it out real
more
quick.
harsh to
No,
rejection. Women don't know how to get rejected.
Ladies,
so
ladies.
of course, a woman that is afraid
Let's
of being
just-
rejected ain't never gonna try.
Let's play it out, right? Let's say if the woman is actually scared to talk to a man. Is this going to stop a man from talking to her? Yes or no? No, because men are always going to talk to girls. So even if it's the case that she's scared to talk to the man and just she was alluding to it, right? And the man approaches her and says, "Hey, Lindsay, hey, what's your name?" And she's like, I'm scared to talk to men." He'll probably do something smooth like, "I'm scared to talk to women too. We can be scared together." And she'll be like, "Oh, okay. Well, yeah, cricket. So no, women always have access to sex, ladies. Y'all just don't understand because listen,
Everybody has
the
access
thing is y'all live life on easy mode. You live you are in a
We are
privileged
privileged,
position
huh? We can
in
get
America.
anything we want.
You are in a
Yes, we
privileged
girl.
position in this world, right? Like
I
we are
disagree.
all created.
I don't have more privilege than you do, but
No. As far as men and women, we're speaking about as far
Sexually,
as far
right.
as sexually,
Okay.
yeah. Like we were all created to procreate. Men actually have to like
he's stealing my words.
produce, and there's a burden of performance on the man to become something and to perform out there, so he can reproduce. But for you ladies, there's no burden of performance on you ladies to have sex with a man. Like just how you are, a man would want to have sex with you.
There is a burden of performance for a man that is not scared to ask for it. That's simple, because these men out here, okay, you gonna get a woman and you scared to ask for something, and you scared to ask for something from the start to the end. There are men out here who asking for it, and these women gotta perform. If they don't compete, these women fall off. So you can be that man, just say you're not that man.
But like I said, there are men who don't have to ask. You never heard of the man that has always been friend zoned, the best friend, and it's like he watched his best friend have this type of dude, and then that one day she fed up with all those dudes, she give him some cat.
Yeah,
He didn't have
Yeah.
to ask for it. I said it's
But
simply.
see,
we keep going back
You get
to
what I'm
sex.
saying?
If sex ain't a big deal, then just say that. But if it is, then we can't keep going back to sex being the only topic, because it's more than just sex. It's about how this man is, understanding this woman and her mind, her personality, the way she acts. So if it's just about sex and sex ain't that big of a deal to you, then just say that. But if it is, then we can't keep relying back on, okay, he just good. That's not good enough.
Yeah,
That's not good enough.
So you ladies are missing the point. Let's get back to the point of the conversation anyway. Because remember, we were speaking about the women that chose sex first, to prioritize sex first and then a relationship after. The thing is, if you are prioritizing sex first and a relationship after, you gave up all of your leverage. Your leverage is your sex, because the guy is going to do things for the sex.
Okay,
Now, the thing is, if you go ahead and give up sex first, most of you ladies you have so many options. You give up sex first and you're like, well, I don't want to try to perform for the man and try to get a relationship from him. If he doesn't give me the relationship, then I guess it's not meant to be. I'll go ahead and give another guy sex and see if he wants a relationship. I'll go ahead and give another guy sex and see if he gives a relationship. And this is how you ladies rack up a high body count, because you're prioritizing things incorrectly. You should be prioritizing what she said and what Grace said, relationship first, right? If you can get the relationship first without sex and modernity, that's a good thing, right? You get the relationship first, you have more leverage then. Now you already got the long-term commitment, the protector and the provider. Now start having sex.
You using words like leverage, like you a trickster, because you saying
leverage
that.
as
Let me
far
finish.
as
You saying that
who holds the key, who holds access. Leverage is access. Who holds access to sex? Who
Exactly.
holds access to men don't hold access to
and
sex.
when we talk about leverage, we basically talk about a seesaw. So you saying that, okay, before a woman gives up sex, she has the leverage. So that means she has the upper hand. That's what you're gonna say. She got an upper hand before she give up sex. So she give up sex and she don't got an upper hand no more. So basically what you're telling me is that what it sounds like is that this man is lying to get sex, because a real nigga gonna be like, okay, I got sex, and if you want to pursue something after that, he's still going to pursue it. Sex wasn't a big difference to him because he gets it. And even if he don't, sex didn't matter that much because he wants more than just sex. So is sex the leverage, or are you tricking?
No, what I'm saying is very simple to understand. A simple concept, right? Women grant access to sex, men grant access to relationships. You can't get a relationship from a man unless he says yes. The man can't get sex from you
That's
unless
true.
you say yes. With that being said, that in of itself is the leverage. The women that choose to prioritize sex first and relationship after, it makes sense to say that you gave up your leverage. The only thing that you can do is once you get, if it's a man and you want a relationship with him but you give up sex, the only thing that you can do is try to add value to that man outside of sex to get the relationship. But like Lizzie said, and maybe not all women do this, but I know a lot of women do. They would have sex with the man and then like, well, I'm not gonna go ahead and like cook and clean and really like do anything to get the relationship. Like, if sex isn't enough, then I guess it's not meant to be. You ladies have to think, like, you have to look in reality. Like, it's a world and it's a competition. The man won the competition and he got sex. You don't win the competition unless you get a long-term relationship, because sex is easy for you women.
It's only a competition if you think there's other candidates.
No, it's always, well, the man that you want, if he's attractive, and all of you ladies will want a man that's attractive. You don't want a man that's unattractive. So a man that's attractive to you, if you find a man attractive, multiple women also find a man attractive. So therefore, you are competing with other women, even if you don't know it. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.